Okay, welcome back. So for question 7 then, 3x minus 1 equals 26. Okay, or again, use those sentences. 3 lots of, so we've seen that down here, 3 lots of x. 3 lots of a number that I don't know. Take away 1 from it is 26. Okay, box it off. This number here must be 27 because 27 take away 1 is 26. So 3 lots of x is worth 27. So to get back to my number, I've got 3 lots of a number is 27. If I do 27 divided by 3, then I get 1 lot of x must be worth 9. Just going to show you now, so you can get into a rhythm of it, of how we show those backward sentences mathematically, right? So we don't really write it like this when we get into year 7 top set or second set. So I would say, right, my first move to figure out the 27 here, I did really, what did I do? I said, well, 26 add 1, inverse operations is 27. So I just say, right, well, I'm going to add 1 to both sides of my equation to balance it out. So that's where that 27 comes from. Now I started at -1, but I did the inverse. I got rid of that operation by adding 1. The only operation I'm left with is 3x now. So there you go. You can see that's exactly the same thing. So 3x equals 27. That's that same line there. And here, I sort of did it there. I've got 3 lots of a number. So now I want 1 lot of a number. So I divide by 3. And also divide that number by 3 as well to figure out what 1 lot of it is. So 1 lot of x equals 9. So we show our inverse operations on both sides of the equation to balance it out underneath each line of working to help us see what we've done as we've gone. Okay. Right, so the cube root of 27. Now I'll show you a bit of notation here. So it's like the square root sign, but with a little 3. So basically, if you think it's the inverse operation to cubing something. So here we had a cubed. So a number times by itself 3 times gives me an answer. I want to know what that original number was. That's the cube root of a number. Okay, so there is a number. If I times it by itself 3 times, I get 27. Just try it out. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. But 3 times 3 is 9 times another 3 gets me to 27. So the cube root of 27, so 2, I promise, equals 3. So that's our answer. Okay. Question 9, tons to kilograms. Well, let's write out what we know. So 1 ton equals 1,000 kilograms. Okay, so we've got 5 tons. That's 5 times as much. It's exactly the same as the ratio question we did earlier. It's in the same proportion. So that's going to be 5,000 kilograms. And finally, what's 120 times by 40? You can do this in whatever way you want, really. I would probably say, let's do it like this, just to have a little think about different strategies. That's 120 times by 4 times by, not 4 again, 10. Okay, so I've broken that 40 up into 4 times 10. So 120 times 4 is 480. So I just did 400s and 4 times 20 is 80. And then we still need to make that 10 times bigger because we haven't used the times 10. So I've just done that bit. And then 480 times 10 is 4,800. Okay, so you don't have to do it like that. That's just a mental strategy, so you wouldn't write it down, that you might use in your head in order to get to the answer. Okay, so I hope, oh, sorry, I was going to say, I hope you enjoyed it. We haven't finished it, have we, under the extension question? So on to the extension explanation. Let's get some space here. So here it was. It brings into, brings some ideas around saying stuff out loud to think about how we might write it. So we've got 2a all squared. Okay, so let's think about that in its own right first. Something squared, no matter what the something is times it by itself. So this is the same as 2 lots of a times by 2 lots of a. Okay, and let's think about the multiplication reordering that we did when we expanded 3x times 4 here. So let's reorder this. In fact, let's rewrite it first. Let's say it's 2 times a times 2 times a. So it's me re-dragging it out. Let's reorder it. So that's 2 times 2 times a times a. It's exactly the same multiplication. I would get the same answer. Okay. Let's box it off now. 2 times 2 is 4. A times a is a squared. and that gets me 4a squared. Now we work all the way back to the start. We can see what we've really done is we just squared both of the individual components inside our bracket. Okay, and that's fine as long as I've just got, if you like, one single term in the bracket. If I hadn't add something in there, the rules change ever so slightly. Okay, so that's 4a squared. Let's write that in. I'm now going to times that by another a, and then these two v's here. Let's box it off. So b times b, that's b squared. A squared times another a, that's a times a now, so that's a cubed. And I've still got the times by 4 to put the multiplication signs back in. So it'd be 4a cubed b squared. Okay, so you've got 10 out of 10 there. You are doing a superb job, especially if you started from intermediate, now you come up to advanced. Please let us know how you get on. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you have a nice holiday, and I'll see you, or maybe a guest teacher next week for week